Dr. Empath here with a pick a card reading. I'm so excited to do this segment. This is a quick tell me what's my energy right now. These are for my folks that just want that quick, what's my energy? I need to kind of know. I'm a little feeling all over the place. I'm just not as connected. I kind of just need a snap back. Just let me know what's up so I can either elevate or continue this vibration of mine. I know sometimes our readings are like 15, 20 minutes long. So this is going to be just a quick, this is what my energy is right now. What do I need to do? What do I got going on? And so I'm going to make it quick, simple, easy. So that way you just know how to read it, listen to it, and move on. So the cards that we have are going to be different variations, but we do have some beautiful, beautiful crystals going on right now. So the first one is the blue calcite, the second one is the selenite, and the third one is the obsidian. And so I'm just going to have you look here. As always, go ahead and take a few deep breaths, connect with yourself, connect with your higher self, connect with God. Choose the one that resonates the most with you. If you choose more than one, then that's just telling you that your energy is feeling two different things, and that is okay. So just take a moment, get that energy going, and choose what is best for you. Okay, spiritual family, we're going to start with deck number 1, which was the blue calcite right here. And so we are going to talk about what is their quick energy that's going on right now, what is going on, how we need to move on, all right? So the first thing is I'm going to do is there's this male energy going on. If you are a male, then it is your energy. If you're not a male, then you are having some masculine energy that is going on. The moon card, it represents your intuition or fears. And the whip card can represent a few things. But what I'm kind of getting a sense of that is it talks about maybe some just conflict or arguments. And so with that being said, that from my guess of what is possibly going on is that if you're a male, there are some arguments that is going on and you're having some fear that is creating arguments or some negative things going on with you. If you are not a male, then there are some fears working around maybe a male that you're dating or that you're with, or just just a male energy that's going on, and there's some conflict. Okay. The Magician card, it is in reverse. And so with the Magician card reverse pretty much represents just having this energy of a lack of skill and almost like some negative manipulation in a sense too, maybe some trickery. So I'm wondering if you are the male, then you are having and some energy of feeling like people are tricking you. But if you aren't the male, then maybe it's the male that is doing some trickery or not necessarily being 100% honest. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is very good energy, actually. It is, and it represents just having that lucky energy, and what goes around comes around in a sense. So it can be some good energy, but it also can be some not so great energy depending on what it is. And so what I will say is what goes around comes around. So if the male is showing you some trickery, it's gonna come back around. It's almost like karma. And so if you are having these arguments with this male, I feel like it's more that than it being an actual male, honestly. Not to say I don't have male people that are on my channel, but I do sense it's more of a female that is having a sense of fear and not being as connected with her intuition because she's having these arguments with a male, and what's creating is some type of she feels like he's not being honest. And so there is that energy of what goes around comes around. So if you guys are having this constant negative energy, then it is going to continue. And so just understand what the karmic cycle and what karma kind of does. So just have that understanding. But the God of Pentacles pretty much represents like a feeling of, and it is reversed. Oh, excuse me. With the God of Pentacles, that represents just having an unhealthy relationship with either money or wealth or undisciplined spending. And so there might be just some energy that I feel like you almost feel like you're either spending money on this person or just not necessarily like you're spending money in certain areas that just don't need to be spent on. It has to do with the male. So whether that maybe be he's telling you, oh, you need to spend money on this or you need to do that, and you're doing these things and they're not necessarily serving you. But the Four of Cups talks about like almost like meditating and kind of being balanced within yourself. It also just represents having that energy of kind of just knowing that new opportunities are coming your way. And so just understand that these opportunities that you're looking for are coming. And so maybe you need to just get rid of, you need to get rid of some of that negative energy that is kind of like going on right now. There's just some negative energy that's happening. And I do think it has to do with the male. It's throwing you off your game. And so not to say that you need to get rid of them, but maybe you need to start making some choices on how do you decide to move. And so that's pretty much your energy right now. And so I'm going to pick these quick little cards. Hold your vision. Yeah, so maybe you need to start going back to your own vision and what you want to create for yourself, and kind of ice the guy for a little bit. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? So yeah, once again, like going back into your own intuition. You may need to kind of take a second and take a breather and figure out what is it best for you. The Shark. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. So yeah, there's some trickery going on, and I think you already know it. And so maybe you need to just follow your instincts and say, maybe I need to cut this dude off. He's got to go. A mother's love. A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and want to remind you that the special bond of love can never be broken. So she's just, if your mother has passed, this is your mother letting you know that she's got your back and she's there for you. If your mother is around, and then just understand it's some motherly energy. And sometimes it could be your guides actually talking to you. That's more of like a mother energy that's going on. That they're telling you that they're on your side and they're watching over and they got your back, and they don't like this dude either, type of thing. And they're gonna make sure that you're good, because you know how moms be. Mamas can be mama's bear, And so if she's a mama bear, she's gonna protect you and make sure that you are right. So just understand that that's the energy that she's giving you as well. And the last one. Ooh, that one fell out. Healing. Pause and receive. Pause to receive. So pretty much what that's saying is that you need to do some healing. Maybe it's kind of threw you off your horse a little bit with the guy, and so maybe some healing needs to be done. Take some time out for yourself. Take a bath, cleanse yourself, sage, whatever you got to do, clean your house, whatever that makes you heal yourself. Maybe watch some inspirational videos on YouTube, whatever you got to do. As always, comment if you're feeling a certain way. I'm more than welcome to give you some advice. If you want a personal reading, always hit me up. But basically what it means is just take time to yourself, whatever that is. Okay? And so that is your quick reading of what is your energy, how you need to deal with it. What I will say is it's telling right now, do some healing. That's what's going to help. All right? So now we're going to move on to number 2. Okay, my spiritual family, we're now moving on to deck number 2, which is my Selenite family. We are going to move on to kind of determine what is going on with the energy with my Selenite crew. Moving on, so we are going to look at this energy here. So the first thing is the ring. It can mean cycles. There's a few things that the ring can mean depending on what are the other cards, but basically what I can say is that the ring means either commitment, cycles, partners, cooperation. So let's see what else is going on. Oh, we got the Ankh. The Ankh is like a spirit. It's the highest card in the deck, oracle deck. It just means like spiritual center, like your spirituality in a sense. And so the third one is clouds, and the clouds can mean confusion. Clouds also can mean secrets or insecurities. And so what I will say is probably what's happening right now is when it comes to your spirituality and your spiritual self, that maybe there's some cycles of confusion or in some ways just an energy of insecurities that are going on. But I'm going to keep reading and just kind of figure out what else is going on here. The Temperance card. The Temperance card, and I love how this card looks. It's so pretty. The Temperance card represents the pretty much like just the feeling of clarity in a sense, but I want to say like there's like a pause going on right now. Yeah, I feel like there's like maybe a sense of pause that's going on. Let me kind of keep going and see what else is going on. Yeah, what goes around comes around in a sense. I kind of say that as the Wheel of Fortune, which means like in some ways like luck. What goes around come around, karma, whether it be good or bad. And so it kind of goes with the cycle piece. Let me keep going here. Okay, so yeah, so the Seven of Cups kind of just represents like a lot of opportunities that are like kind of on your plate. You have all these opportunities that are kind of being in some ways like presented to you. However, you might end up making like you want to make sure that you're making the right decision. So I think it's like you're trying to wonder like what decision you need to make, and I think that's what the Temperance card is coming from. It's like you're taking a pause in a sense of trying to figure that out. So there is some lack of clarity when it comes to maybe some of the things that you want to do with yourself, and I feel like it's something that has to do with you spiritually. So whether it's that you're like on the cusp of wanting to either change religions, or you're feeling like, you know, the religion that you've always saw is just not for you, something spiritually that is going on with you that you're kind of looking to maybe almost even break a cycle even. Yeah, the Sun card's there. And what the Sun card pretty much represents is the feeling of just it's a beautiful, beautiful energy of just like being more true to yourself and just having that compassion and almost like love and appreciation and gratitude even for yourself. And so I do think that's what it's coming from. I think you're opening up yourself and you're learning more about yourself and who you are, and you're more stepping into your own strength and your own person. And so with that being said, you're taking a step back and kind of like looking at all the things that you've kind of went through or been through and spiritually, and it's helping you kind of look at some of the cycles that have been made, and it's creating a little bit confusion, a little bit of less clarity, and a little insecurities coming your way. But I think that's because you're a little scared and there's some fear being there, but you're on your right track because the card is there. You are on track with what you're doing, so just continue to take those steps forward. Yeah, the World card. And so like with the World card represents like new beginnings and infinite possibilities. And so dang, that's crazy. So basically it is your energy right now is you are shifting. You're making some major shifts in your life. You're looking forward, you're moving forward with yourself spiritually, but there's a little confusion because you don't know where to go. What I will say, and this is just something that I did for myself, is allow yourself to just go online and just read and click on a few things and see what just resonates with you, see what drives you and what connects you. And so if you're listening to my video right now, then that's telling you that you're connecting in a different way. And so What I will say is continue to do your research and look around, and just whatever makes you feel good, do it. Because I think what's happening is you're starting to follow your intuition more than your logical mind, and it's kind of throwing you off a little bit because you're not used to it. So let's see, I'm just looking at making sure I stay on track. Council of Light, divine or orchestration, helpers, and subtle realms. So you are having people who are helping you. You have guides, you have angels. They're all here to help you figure out like your own journey, and they're here to support you. So don't feel alone in this at all. Expect powerful change. Perfect one. You are changing. You're making some powerful movements, and I think with those powerful movements, like there's something brewing going on, really. Platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. So if you've been complaining like, oh my God, I feel like I don't know who I am, I feel like I'm going through, don't do that. You know who you are, you're moving forward, you're just changing. You're changing the game. You're changing who you are a little bit, and that's okay because you're growing and your journey is moving forward. And so just don't pay more attention to the blessings in your life, that you are open and that you're in the place that you are now. Because some people are still searching, but you're on the right path. Choices, perfect one. When you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you. Apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. Man, that is good. Because basically what I'm saying is like, it's the choices that you're making. You're making certain changes and choices in your life that is pushing you to the direction that you're in. And understand, just like the Wheel of Fortune here, the Wheel of Fortune is what goes around comes around. So if you make certain choices, it's going to bring you to certain solutions. Do you want to create the same cycles? If you don't like the cycles that are going on in your life, you need to start making different choices and let the confusion go, because you're sitting in your sun. You're beautiful, you're amazing, and you have all these opportunities, but you have to decide which one do you want to take. Stop thinking about the outside world and what you think the outside world wants you to see you as. When you constantly keep feeding the outside world, you're not feeding yourself, and you're not staying in tune with yourself and to your higher self, because you're following other people or the things that you think other people want you to choose. Choose for you, don't choose for others. Last card here. Boom. Signs from the spirit with love. So this is a sign. It's saying this is your sign that you need to move forward and stop choosing other people's choices and start choosing your own. It's time for you to kind of put those big girl panties on or those big boy shorts on and start really pushing yourself and saying, you know what, I'm going to decide what's best for me and for my spiritual being self, and stop worrying about what other people are going to think of you as. Step into yourself and you're going to feel so much better. And the people who just don't want to be on that boat, leave them behind. The right people are going to follow you. The right people are going to support you. The right people are going to love you. So with that being said, this is your quick reading and your quick energy. What is going on with you? What I will say is that you are on your right path. Just make sure you make the right choices. All right, on to number 3. All right, spiritual family, we're at the last deck. It's the 3rd deck, the Obsidian deck. We are going to figure out what your quick energy, what's going on with you, and we're going to figure out what to do. All right, let's go. So the first one is the Ankh. Oh, the beautiful Ankh card. So there's something going on with you spiritually. All right, the Whip. The Whip kind of means like difficulties a little bit, some conflict. Yeah, let's kind of keep going here. And the Book, which means like secrets. And so what I will say is there might be some arguments or conflict going on between your spirituality that you're maybe you're either being secretive about, or that you're like doing some deep diving into, because the Book can mean either knowledge or secrets. And so what I will say is the reason maybe I said secrets, maybe I'm right. I don't know. We about to find out. So whether it be secrets or whether it be you're doing information, I feel like it might be that you're taking your kind of privately looking into certain things spiritually. And I think it may be creating some conflict within yourself or with other people. So let's see. All right, we got the Seven of Pentacles, which is a beautiful card. The Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. I don't know why I keep seven. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. The Seven of Pentacles. Pretty much what it represents is working hard, but also having patience. And so I think what that's telling me is that you are finding ways to really step into yourself, but having patience to what is going to happen with your life. So let's kind of keep going with that. All right. Ooh, yes. So you are, this is a wish card basically. So I always say my wish is your command. And so your wish is your command. And so what I'm going to say is that I do think what's going on is that you're having these feelings of trying to work towards bettering yourself spiritually. And that is going to work well for you. Let's keep going here because I want to understand why the conflict is there. Strength, and then you have the strength card. You have the strength to work through this. Whatever's going on with you with this conflict issue, I feel like don't even go there. Honestly, you're really pushing through right now. You have your strength card, your wish card, and then your patience and hard work card. I mean, you're really moving forward. There we go. The Devil card. So the Devil card means that there's just some negative energy that's going on. And so I think that's where the conflict is happening. But you have the Goddess of Cups. And the Goddess of Cups is a really, really good card to have, because what that's saying is with the Goddess of Cups, it's like you are pretty much like trusting your intuition and you're really following your path. And so when you're following your path and you're following your intuition, it's basically like telling you that you are following your higher self. And there is some negative energy, and I do think it's some conflict that you're having. What I will tell you is, I hate to say it this way, but I'm just going to say what's coming out. You need to just either cut those people off or don't talk to them about it. If they're not in your same vibration, there's no even reason to even have a back and forth with them. And I know it's hard because you want people to elevate with you, but what I've also learned is the right people elevate with you when you are worried about elevating yourself. Point blank. You're not always going to have everybody on your side, and you're not always going to have everybody on the same wavelength and the same vibration as you. But all you can do is send them love and light every single time and continue to vibe high. Because what will happen is it either will change their vibration because they want to continue to be around you and you're going to change their vibration, or they continue to kind of almost repulse you in a sense and be like, I don't even want to be around this person because they change. Okay, that's cool. Deuces. You know what I mean? And like, to be honest, it may be what's necessary for you to elevate and continue to grow spiritually. And I've learned that. It's so crazy because I've had friendships that I had for years throughout college and whatnot. And unfortunately, we didn't necessarily see eye to eye on a lot of things. My spiritual path was just very different that led me to who I am now. And the peace that I have now is just something I wasn't willing to get rid of, in a sense. And so what I had to realize was that as I continue to elevate, it will either push them away where we won't be friends anymore, or at some point they're going to elevate right along with me and we'll meet again and maybe become friends. And if not, that is okay, because that was God's path. That was the path for me. And what I need to do was flush out the things that just weren't necessary and that just couldn't come on the boat with me anymore. And honestly, when I look back, I'm like, ooh, I made such a bomb decision, because like, my decision to do that was just, it really put me in a place where I really elevated. So I'm not going to keep going because I'm running my mouth. But basically what I'm telling you is keep pushing, because honestly, you're on the right path. All your energy was so good, so great. It's just the Devil card, which is the negative energy due to the arguments and conflict. There's no reason to have these type of conflicts with anybody, because you are always going to vibe high and you're always going to choose the right path for you. Communication is key. So what that's probably saying is that if you're going to choose to have these relationships with people, you need to communicate with them on what exactly you want for yourself. And so if, like I said, you can communicate with them and say, listen, this is where I'm at in my life. If you can't, roll with it, then I will respect it. And if you can, roll with me. Like, we can learn together. But I think you need to just communicate where you're at and be strong and have that sense of strength that you have here of saying, you know what, this is who I am. This is where I am at. And this is where I'm going to be going moving forward. And so I would love for you to take that, to be by my side and to grow with me. But if not, all right, so let's keep going. Boundaries. Boom. What? Okay, it's telling you, keep your boundaries. If they're not going to vibe high with you, then they do not need to be in your personal space in certain ways. Keep those boundaries. Those boundaries are necessary. There's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. Boom. They're making you unbalanced, imbalanced. So like, you really need to just kind of do what you got to do to either create boundaries with them or tell them that, you know what, I need to kind of just move along and, do what I got to do. Have fun. Stop. When was the last time that you had fun? When was the last time that you took a chance and did something silly, something totally unlike you, something just for the joy of it? It's a long overdue for you, and let go and you're analytical in mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. So have fun. Enjoy this journey. This is a dope journey. Honestly, it really is. And when you open yourself up and you see all the gifts that you have, you'll never want to go back to who you were before. So just have fun with it. Don't get so serious with it. That's why I don't create those arguments. It's not necessary. Silver, warrior of light. You're a warrior. Push through and let go of the things that just don't serve you anymore, and review and reflect. Time out is needed. So time out to have fun. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the life. You are learning, you are becoming such a spiritual warrior. So don't allow other people to kind of take away or suck away the fun that you're having, and allow yourself time to retreat and just be within yourself and enjoy the journey. All right, so this is the energy that is going on with you for my Obsidian people. As always, it's such a pleasure to kind of just give you some quick overview of where your energy is at, so that way you can kind of figure out what you need to do moving forward. Please comment below. It really helps me to understand, how is this affecting you? How is this helping you? How does it resonate with you? It helps me kind of guide myself on what else I want to do for you. And so I would appreciate if you comment below, even if it's something short. Also, please like, subscribe, all of that, so I can figure out who my family, my spiritual family are. And so that way I can still connect with you always. And also, if you're looking for just your own personal readings, you can go on my website, or you can also look at different remote healing if you want to have that done. Please just go on my website and book a session with me. Also, you can also just email me as well. I love being just personal with my people. And so I just want to make sure that you understand that this is not just want to like click it and then you don't, really interact. I want to interact with you. So if you have any questions or concerns, please email me. And with that being said, love and light always.